Carlo, do you need to stand up so you can wake up a little bit? You can do that, babe. Yes, Bella? So right now, we're going to do this. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, you ready? All right. Baby. Bird. Blue. Fly. Little. Bring. Place. She. Her. This. So these are our new high frequency words. And now we're going to do our spelling. Yes. Let me go ahead and switch this out. There we go. We will have a spelling test this week. Good job, Maddox, for remembering. Yes, we will have a spelling test over our not our high frequency words, our spelling words. So this afternoon, Mrs. Fullington is going to send in Seesaw in your inbox, you know where you get your messages from Mrs. Fullington. I'm going to send you this week's words too. Nope, tonight, so that you can study all week. That way you know them. All right, so here's our spelling words for this week, so you want to pay attention. Space, globe, grade, swim, place, last, test, skin, drag, glide. So these almost have a blend of the R, L, and S. So we're talking about the letters R, L, and S. So somewhere in these spelling words, they have an L, an R, and an S.
And some I's.
And some, but we're not blending I's. We're only blending the R, the L, and the S this week.
We only have...
We have an L, S, and an R. So if you look at grade and drag, they have the R. If we have test and last, they have the S. And then globe and glide have the L in the blend words. So that's why we're practicing our blending.
And some of them have ES.
Yes, they do, but in the word. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go into reading. So let me pull that up first. So we are introducing a new book. So let me go ahead and get that book so you can see the cover. So we're going to come over here. Make sure guys your heads are up so that way you can see. Maddox, do we need to change that chair? Be scrolling in it. So remember, our iPad should be face down. Okay. So our new book, this is our new book that we're going to be reading today. Let's see if y'all can see it. There we go. So it says, if you find a rock. So we're going to find, so today our skill we're going to be learning is, it says, I can recognize characters and structures of informational text. So this is an informational text, right? Does it have real pictures in it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Does it have real pictures in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have some pictures of it. So what I'm going to do, since y'all are so far away, Mrs. Fullington's going to project this story on the big screen so that y'all can see better. But yes, there's real pictures in it, so it's an informational text. That means it is something that it's going to give us some facts maybe. So we're going to be reading that today. But it says, including the central idea and supporting evidence with an adult assistant. So Mrs. Fullington's an adult, and I'm going to help you. It is my job to help you find the central idea and give details also. So that's why it says with adult assistance.
And if there's questions, we can answer them?
Exactly. Mrs. Fullington is going to guide you. She's not going to give you the answer to the central idea, but she's going to guide you into finding it. So that means I'll say, oh, it's in this area of the story. You might want to reread this part of the story.
questions.
So that's guiding you. It's not giving you the answer, it's just guiding you to it. So that's what that means. And so our skill is Miss Florence is going to help you guide you to find the central idea. Exactly. All right, so we're going to count phonemes. You ready? So phonemes mean sounds. So let me turn on this light so you can see better. That's better. Okay, whoop. There we go. All right, so Mrs. Fullington's going to give you a word, and you're going to count the sounds. Ready? All right, the word is web. How many sounds does web have? No, that's syllables. We're talking about sounds. How many sounds, Maddox? How many? 3. So if we sound out web, it is w, e, b. How many sounds do you hear? 3 sounds. All right, here's the next one. You ready? Hat. At. 3. All right, here's the next one. We're going to go up some. Spoon. Spoon. How many?
3.
Spoon.
4.
4.
Oh, I get it now.
All right.
Letters are in the thing.
Here's the next one. You ready? Plan. P-l-an.
4.
Thor. Sound it out very slowly. All right. Here's the next one. Ooh, this one's kind of hard. Strap.
5.
So let's see. I see 4. I see 5. So let's sound it together. You ready? How many? 5 sounds. Good job. All right, here's the next one. You ready? Glass. So how many? It is 4. Good job, guys. It is 4. So glass. All right. So today we who knows what a drum is? What does a drum do? Jorge, do you know what a drum does?
Oh, I know what that is.
Music.
That's a drum. A drum.
Sound.
It's a sound, right? And Melanie, what do you do with a drum? What is the drum's job? How do you play it?
You get like those sticks and then you can like do that.
Yeah, so do you have to have sticks all the time though?
No.
You can use what? Your what? Your hands. So drum. Good job. Thank you, Melanie and Jorge. So drum, if you sound out that word, it has drr. Everybody say drr. Drr. What are those 2 sounds together? What were? DR. So DR make the drr sound. So it says, I hear 2 consonant sounds at the beginning of drum. So it says, I'm going to go ahead. Guys, go ahead and have a seat, Mackenzie and Harlow. All right, so when I have the words drum, so let me go ahead and add that to our screen right here. Because I can even add it. I can add a slide here.
Drum's a hard one to count. What are you doing?
You'll see.
You're changing the color of the type. Can you make it so big?
All right, so if I had the word drum, it changed on me again. So let me put that in the middle. There we go. So if I had the word drum, so does everybody see the word drum?
Yes.
All right. Jorge, do y'all see the word drum? Yes. Okay, so if I had the word drum, I see 2 consonants at the beginning. What are the 2 consonants? DR. The letters D and R form a consonant blend. Did you know that? It forms a so say them together, the DR. Der. If we blend them together. So each letter keeps its own sound in a consonant blend. So, and the sounds are said closely together. There are lots of consonant blends. And in fact, we have some consonant blends in our spelling words. So if you looked at number 1, so let's see, our first spelling word. What's our first spelling word?
Space.
Space. Where is our consonant blend on space?
S-P.
Thank you, Omar, for raising your hand. So what is our consonant blend? SP. And so everybody give me the consonant blend SP. So that is a consonant blend. It stands, so the S stands for its sound, which is, what is the sound for S? What is the sound for P? So if we put them together, it is sp. So that is a blend, a consonant blend. How many consonants do you see at the beginning of the word, of this word? How many consonant blends do you see? You ready? So here's the next one. Hold on. This is not it. Same thing. Gonna add another one.
Make it way big. Way so maybe it's bigger than the
So let's see.
frog.
So somebody raised their hand to tell me, how many consonant blends do you see here? Harlow? FR. And so can somebody give me those two consonant blends together? Clinton. Fur. That's right, fur. So there are, there's another one. Do you see it? Rolando?
F-R-O.
So FR is one consonant blend, then there's another set of consonant blends in this word.
O-G.
Bella, do you know the consonant blend? We have fur, which is FR. What's our second consonant blend in the word frog?
R-O.
RO? No, you're close though.
I know.
Melanie, did you, or Jorge, did you?
OG.
OG. So OG. And then Jorge, can you give me the OG sound together, consonant blend together? Do you remember the sounds? Og.
Og.
Can everybody say og? So there are two consonant blends. Good job, Jorge, for pointing that out. All right, so we are learning this week about consonant blends, which means there are two separate sounds put together and they make one sound, right? All right, so now what we're going to be doing is learning about our power words. So Mrs. Fullington's going to get our power words and we're going to say them together. You ready? Oh, I don't know. I have people looking the other direction. It should be facing the front.
Wait, we have a new one?
Do what?
We have a new one.
We do have new ones. What does that mean? We have a new
Story.
We have a new story. All right, so right here. Whoops. All right, so everybody say underside. So the underside of something is part that faces the ground. So the underside. So it says two bugs were hiding on the underside of a leaf. So you can see if we were facing at the top, we wouldn't be able to see the bugs because they're hiding underneath. Underside is the same word as underneath. It says here, tap the underside of your desk or table. The underside. So that means I won't be able to see it, but I could hear the sound of your desk, right? That's what's facing the floor. All right, you ready for the next one? The next one is pavement. Everybody say pavement. Pavement. The pavement is a hard covering on the sidewalk or road. It says the children played tic-tac-toe on the pavement. Usually we could do like during like rainy days, Mrs. Fullington will buy chalk, and then we can go underneath the little pavilion and we can write with chalk when it rains instead of playing outside when we so we don't get wet. It says here, during a fire drill, we line up outside on the pavement sometimes.
It said fire drill.
Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for the next one? Bella, keep your head up, please. Head up all the way. We're not leaning, okay? I'm so sorry. You can get a drink of your water, okay? Because that should help too. Sometimes that says that our body needs water. All right, we ready for the next one? Mossy. Everybody say mossy.
Mossy.
So something that is mossy has a soft green plant growing on it. It says the mossy rocks by the creek were very slippery. Sometimes they're slippery if you step on them. It's called algae. Can y'all say algae? It's like little, it's weeds or grass or moss that usually grows during damp places like creeks or water.
Oh yeah, at my grandpa's house, my grandpa calls it candy. It's down in the field.
Yes.
Miss Wellington,
Yes, Jorge?
do they also grow in the pool? In your
Yes,
pool?
it can. Good job. It can. So Jorge made a connection. It could also grow in your pool. That means it's time to clean your pool, right? Yep.
It can grow on trees.
And it can grow on trees. So it says the tree bark is mossy because it's got a fuzzy green plant on it. All right. We waiting? All right, ready? The next one is outstretched. Everybody say outstretch.
Outstretch.
Something that is outstretched is spread out as far as it can go. So it says Ethan's outstretched hands felt the cool wetness of the creek. So you see how he is trying to reach the water as much as he could to splash it. It says here, I use my outstretched arm to reach on the bookshelf. So Mrs. Fullington is using her hands to reach that book. Uh-huh. All right, we ready for the next one? All right, this one, I need some motions. So you're going to do this motion. Are you ready? Everybody scoop. So everybody scoop in action. Scooping. If you scoop up something, you pick it up. I use my hands to scoop up water from the creek. So here's this little kid scooping up water from the creek. I use my hands to scoop up these paper clips. So sometimes I use my hands, or I use my hands to scoop up the cards. So I have them in both hands, like this. All right, so we are ready for our story. And so I am going to project that so that everybody can see it. So let me come back over here.
Is it a good one?
It's a good one. I like this one because it shows nature, and I like nature with water.
Miss Wellington,
Yes, Jorge?
when my pool had algae, a lot of bugs were inside it.
Oh, yeah. So a lot of water bugs like to live in the mossy parts also.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Fullington.
Oh, this one?
Miss Fullington. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's on our computer. Miss Fullington.
Yes, Maddox?
Why do bugs like to live in our house? Yeah, I have two.
Sometimes, usually, so now it's fall and it's getting colder. So bugs don't like the cold. They like the warm places. So sometimes they get in your house because it wants to stay warm.
And your name really Elizabeth?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's her real name, Elizabeth Fullington.
Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and look at our skill today. So here's our skill. We are reviewing this. Remember, we've already seen this how many times? A few times. So it's like 2 or 3 times already. So we are reviewing what central idea is. So it says here, central idea, the topic. The topic is about the person or thing that the text is about. So what do you think that the text is about here?
I know.
Clinton? What do you think it's about here?
Scooping rocks.
Is it scooping rocks the entire time?
No.
So let's take a picture walk. Sometimes if we look through the book, we can notice what our topic is. So you ready? So let me pull up the story here.
Miss Williams, one time at my grandma's house, the Amy was full with it didn't have no more water in it.
So here is what our story looks like. So let's take a picture walk. We're just looking at the pictures. I'm forming an idea.
Oh, I did that sometimes. I see that. Yeah, my brother did that. Oh, I did that time.
So I'm hearing a lot of connections. Like I've done that before.
You could skip rock. Oh, I've done that. I never did that.
You never stepped on top of a rock before? Look at he's jumping now. Oh, they found something important.
Oh, yeah,
How many of y'all have done this before? Just give me a silent raise your hand. Or examined something.
I want to tell you about that phone.
So what's the topic about? So let's go back to our skill. So what is our topic about, Harlow? Rocks. So the thing that this story is about is rocks. Okay, so now we know what the story has, right, in it. So the central idea says the most important idea or point about rocks. So we need to find what's so special about rocks in our story. So we're going to listen to it. You ready? So let's see. That's our job, is to find out what our topic is, what is our main idea about rocks. So I'm going to go back to the beginning.
We just saw that was a bug rock.
All right, we ready for the story? So let's go ahead and read our story to see if we can find the central idea. You ready?
If You Find a Rock. Photographs by Barbara Hirsch Limber. Written by Peggy Christian.
Right, so let's see.
If You Find a Rock. Photographs by Barbara Hirsch Limber. If You Find a Rock. Written by Peggy Christian. If you find a rock, a nice, flat, rounded rock that sits just right in the crook of your finger, then you have a skipping rock. You toss it out in the water just so, and see it trip across the surface, making a chain of spreading rings. Maybe you find a soft white rock, a rock that feels dusty in your fingers. Then you have a chalk rock, and you use it to make pictures on the pavement. Or you might find a big mossy rock by the side of a long steep trail. Then you have a resting rock, and as you sit down, you feel the cool moss squish beneath you. Then again, you might find a rock with a stripe running all the way round it. Trace the line with your finger. It must circle all the way. You have a wishing rock, and you whisper what you want before you throw it. If you find a rock, a big rock, by the edge of the water, then you have found a splashing rock. When it hits the surface, the water jumps out of the way, raining back down on your outstretched hands. The bigger the rock, the wetter you get. Maybe you find a pile of small rounded pebbles. Then you have found sifting rocks, and you can scoop up a handful and let them slide slowly through your fingers. Or you might find a rock whose water-smooth surface catches your eye. If it feels easy in your hand when you rub it, then you have found a worry rock. You rub it between your fingers, and your troubles are smoothed away. Then again, you might find a rock sitting in a grassy field. Push it over. You have found a hiding rock, and in the cool, dark underside live all kinds of things that creep and crawl and hide out of sight. If you find a rock, a great rock, that towers over you, then you have found a climbing rock. Hold on with your toes and fingers. Grip hard as you stretch up and pull until you reach the top, where you feel much grander than you did on the ground. Maybe you will find a twisting line of rocks sticking up out of a creek. Then you have found crossing rocks, which wait to meet your feet as you pass over the water rushing away all around you. Or you might find a rock with the print of something else, a leaf or a shell. Then you have found a fossil rock, and you feel the shape of something that lived long, long ago when the rock was young. Then again, you could find a small rounded rock right in front of your toe as you go down the sidewalk. You have found a walking rock, and you kick it ahead of you and let it lead you home. If you find a rock that's not a skipping rock, or a chalk rock, or a resting rock, or a wishing rock that's not a splashing rock, or a sifting rock, or a worry rock, or a hiding rock, that's not even a climbing rock, or a crossing rock, or a fossil rock, or a walking rock, but you like it anyway because it reminds you of a place, or feeling, or someone important, then you have found a memory rock, and sometimes those are the best rocks of all.
Miss Fullington? Miss Fullington?
¿No se oye? Pone.
Miss Fullington.
Ahorita pone. Se frició. Pero ahí está, ¿no?
Miss Fullington.
Dile, no sirve.
Miss Fullington, I can't hear.
All right, guys. Sorry, Melanie. I had a phone call, but I'm going to show you where you're going to go into Seesaw and finish your assignment or start your assignment, okay? All right, so let's see. If you go into activities, oh, it's not letting me see it. Okay, so if you go into Seesaw, let's first start there. And you go into activities. There is, it says Monday, September 28th, power word sentences. So Mrs. Fullington has listed the power words for you. So Mrs. Fullington has listed, I'm sorry. So Mrs. Fullington has listed the assignment. It's called Monday, September 28th. Power word sentence. So it says use the T tool to put each power words in a sentence. When you are finished, please press the green check mark to turn in your assignment. So when we get into the Seesaw assignment, you're going to add a response.
Can you show us an example?
Yes. So here it says pavement. Does anybody remember what pavement is? So Rolanda, what is pavement? All right, let's go over our power words again. Maybe we need a brain refresher, like a refresher, right? So pavement.
It sounds like something drove.
So right here is the word pavement. Do you see it? Pavement. What is pavement? Concrete or a sidewalk, right? Sidewalk is where you can walk. So we're going to put pavement, the word pavement, in a sentence. What could you put for pavement in a sentence? Harlow? So you can say, I drew on the pavement. So right here on the second slide, right here, you're going to write number 1 right here. It says directions. Put each vocabulary word into a sentence. Make sure you are using the correct meaning of the word. So right here, what we can do is we can type what we're saying, and you're going to write in where it says, I drew on the, what's the word? Pavement. So right here, since we did the first one together, that's okay. So right here on number 1. Yes, because it's covering the 2 lines. Do you see the words? They fit perfectly in the lines, that's what you're going to do for each one. So each number has 2 lines. Now number 5 has 3, but that's okay. So now we did number 1 together, right? So now you're going to do mossy, outstretched, scoop, and underside. So right here, actually, you know what I can do?
Add a page.
I can add a page and take pictures of each word for everybody. I think I'm going to do that. So before you log in, Mrs. Wellington's going to fix that because the kids online need to see pictures too. So before you get on, is everybody face down? Their iPad face down? Okay, so I'm going to edit activity, and I am going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each slide is going to have a picture of our power word.
There's 7 of them.
So I can't do it here. So let's see if I stop using this one. So Melanie and Jorge, Mrs. Wellington's going to log off this meeting. Can y'all wait about 10 minutes for me to add this on there, and then you can get on? So that at 10:10 you can get onto the seesaw activity. Does everybody understand? Jorge, did you understand?
Yes.
Melanie? Okay. So at what time are y'all going to log on to the seesaw? At 10:10. That's in 10 minutes. Okay. So Mrs. Wellington can give you the actual picture so you can see what they look like. Okay.
Are you gonna send it?
All right. So y'all may log out, guys, so that Mrs. Wellington can give you these power words pictures. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a good day, and we will see you in reading. Or no, I will see you tomorrow because we already did a reading. Ooh. All right. So see y'all tomorrow, guys. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay,